Hey, this is Jay. This is a quick tutorial for a scheduled social media templates system using n8n and Nano Banana, but we're also going to throw in some Google Sheets and Google Drive. So the system is pretty simple. It's just on a scheduled trigger. Every day it's going to run the system to pick from first a content bank saying, we're going to do n8n is awesome. And I'm actually going to change this back to ready so that it will use that line. And then it's going to pick from a bank of template images. So I've got a browser template, I've got a flashcard, I've got an open notebook, so on. So GPT is going to pick one of those images based on the content we provided from the spreadsheet. And then we're going to use that image template and the content and send it off to Nano Banana. And it's going to replace the content of that template image with the content we provided from the Google Sheet. So once that's done, it should then upload the image back into Google Drive and change the status. So we change our status to created, and we should have a new image here. So I've got my template images here. Then I have template posts here. I've got today's folder. We have a new file from 540, so just a minute ago. The n8n is awesome. So replace the content browser template with n8n is awesome instead. So there we go. So let's go ahead and walk through the system a little bit more. Like I said, this is just going to be a scheduled trigger. So pretty straightforward here. This one's just running every day at 9 a.m. You could do something more complicated, and I actually have a video that kind of walks through scheduling a little bit more. But if you wanted something that's like really specific, this is going to run 7 days a week at 9 a.m. If you only wanted to run, Monday through Friday at different time intervals, you can definitely do that. But it's probably going to be like a cron job instead. So definitely check out that video if you want to do something that's a little more complicated in your scheduling. But at 9 a.m., first thing it's going to do is search for that folder that I mentioned. So in this case, it's going to search to make sure that this folder exists. If that folder does not exist, it's going to create that folder. And then we're just going to set that folder ID so that we can reference it later, because that's where we're going to upload the image when this system is done. So after that, we then go grab the Google Sheet to be able to find the content for this image. So again, we are connecting to the social templates spreadsheet that I have already shown here. Again, this assumes that you have already set up your Google client to be able to connect to Google Sheets. If you have not done that, I also have a video for that. It's a little bit more of an involved process. You have to go to Google Console and set up your Google client so you can get an API key so you can connect to Google Sheets. So it's not too bad, but it takes a little bit of work to get that going if you haven't done that already. So I'll have a link to that as well if you need to check that out. But once you've got your Google Sheets account connected, you can connect to your spreadsheet. In this case, I am filtering by the date. So I just look up the date column, but you could probably skip that if you wanted to just work down the sheet instead every day. And then the more important part there, though, is the status. So I have a status column, and I'm looking for specifically status column ready. So that way you don't just keep grabbing the same thing every time. We're going to change the status to created after we're done to make sure that we don't keep grabbing it here. So status column ready is really the more important filter here. But that will just grab, really the thing that we care about the most here is the content from the spreadsheet. So once we've got the content, we're next going to get all of our template images. So we're doing a Google Drive search. So this is going to search files and folders. Operation is search. And in this case, I'm doing a search query for template.png. So the system kind of relies pretty heavily on the image names. So I am looking for images with the at least the ending name of template.png. So like in this case, browser page -template.png. And so that's where these template images are. So it's searching the social templates folder and it's grabbing all of these template.png images. So I created most of these actually through Google. So Google's Nano Banana. I just did it directly through AI Studio. So you can just go to aistudio.google.com. And I just gave it a really simple prompt of like, I need a square format image of a browser window with a URL bar, tab open on the web page as a hero headline. Subtitle perfect for announcements posts. This image will serve as a social media image template where the content of the browser will be updated later. So this image is just a template. And so it gave me that. I actually just ran that same prompt multiple times. So I did a whiteboard. I did the open notebook. So you can do the same thing. I'll have that template or I'll have this prompt in the description as well. But that's one way to get some of these template images. You also could just come to Canva and get a bunch of these template images. So basically just create this, create this file and then just don't include any text or whatever, so that you can replace it later. So once you've got your template images, I've just uploaded them to a Google Drive folder, and then you will do that search. After that search is complete, we're going to aggregate them all together. So I am actually aggregating everything. The search is going to automatically just come back with the ID and the name. We actually will need the file ID to be able to reference it in the future because we need to download it. So I'm actually going to provide all of this into one aggregate. So it's going to have the file ID and the name of the file. And hopefully you have provided a useful name for each one of your images. So in this case, I've said browser page template, whiteboard page template, open notebook template, flashcard template, post-it note template, because we're going to take that list with IDs and send it straight into GPT. So I'm going to message GPT. I'm using GPT-5 Mini in this case, with this pretty simple prompt to say, based on social media content provided, pick the image template that makes the most sense. So these images are in Google Drive, so return the ID of the image. So then the content is, again, just the content that we sent in from earlier. So the content that we grabbed from Google Sheets, so I drag that right there. And then the image template options. So the last thing we did was this data array from aggregate. So I dragged this data array in here, but I did add a to.json string because otherwise it just does the object thing. So I've just turned this entire list into a string so that GPT can see that. So it'll see the ID of the image and the name. And then based on the name of the image, it can then compare to the content and then decide which image makes the most sense and then return that image ID instead. So that's all I was told at the end here. Return your answer in JSON like this, image ID, and then return the ID of the image. So that's all that happened here. It decided that that was the ID of the image that it liked, which was the browser one. So that's the image that we're going to use as a template. So once that's done, we now have that ID specifically so that we can download it. So we can just drag the result from the message of GPT, which is image ID, drag that straight into here from the Google Drive download file, and we can do by ID. So we just drag that directly into the ID, and then that gave us the template image with big announcement coming soon, browser image. So then we convert that image into base64 just because it makes it easier to send it off to Openrouter, specifically Nano Banana. You could also make your images publicly available and then send in URLs instead. So either one works, but this is kind of straightforward as far as just being able to send the image data directly and not have to worry about sharing images. So this will take that data, turn it into base64, and then we are going to call Openrouter through an HTTP request node. So this is a post method, and then this is the URL for the actual API through Openrouter. So openrouter.ai/API/v1/chat completions. And then in this case, if you don't have an Openrouter account, it's pretty easy to set up. You just go to openrouter.ai and go ahead and sign in. And then you probably will have to set up a payment plan just because I think they give you $1 of free credit, but I mean, Nano Banana images are like 30 cents a pop. So after you've done 3 images, you're done. So you probably want to go ahead and connect a credit card, and then you can also create an API key on here. So it's pretty straightforward. If you haven't done already, then you can go ahead and click that here and add your Openrouter API key, and then you can get that all set up. But we're using the predefined credential type, and then you can search for Openrouter once you've selected that, and then make sure that you've created your Openrouter account with your API key. So with that connected, we are going to send a JSON body. So we're doing JSON body or body content type of JSON, and we're using JSON, which is a specific JSON body. So let's go ahead and expand that a little bit. So the model is always predefined. It's the Nano Banana route. So it's Google/Gemini-2.5-flash-image-preview. So that's Nano Banana. And then the rest of this pretty much stays the same. They require an image URL format. So we've taken the base64 and prefixed it with what it expects as far as the URL content goes. And then we just paste in the rest of the JSON data. So that was just dragging in this result here. Right after the comma, we add the entire actual base64 string. And then we also are doing the text for what to do. So text is update this template image with this new content. And then I've dragged in all the way back from the Google Sheet, the actual content itself, drag that in here. So you can see the result over here. Base64 images are huge strings. So we're going to try to scroll all the way down to the bottom here. So once we get past that, okay, there we go. Then at the bottom, we have update this template image with this new content. And then we have n8n is awesome, which we got from our spreadsheet. So that request was pretty straightforward. Send that off. And then we come back with, unfortunately, a base64 URL again. So all this does is this is just a set edit field to just be able to remove that prefix of data::image/png base64 comma, just because we only want the base64 content. We don't want this first part that is included in the URL. So we strip that off, we get the pure base64 data, and then finally convert that back into an image. So we can just drag that base64 directly in here in the convert file with the option of move base64 string to file, and then we're good to go. So we can see the image that n8n, or not n8n, that Nano Banana came back with. So n8n is awesome. And then finally, we upload that back into Google Drive. I've created a little bit more of a dynamic naming system here, where I actually take the first few characters of the content that we sent in from Google Sheets, just to kind of make it a little bit easier to identify what that image actually is. And then I have tacked on the time as well. So I update it with the now.format of the current date plus a timestamp up to the second. So that way, if you're running through this and running, multiple images at a time, you can make sure that they're all going into the same folder, but they're all not named exactly the same. Try to keep them unique. So that's just kind of a more dynamic file name for uploading the file. And then I mentioned this before, so we are also using a little bit of a dynamic folder naming system. And so that's where like I talked about earlier, the folder ID has to be predetermined, just because it might have been created, it might not have been created, depending on when the system ran, just because if it's a new day, the folder won't exist yet. So we're just doing that set field, so we can drag that folder ID in here to say, okay, upload the file to today's folder ID. And once that's complete, we go ahead and wrap up by updating the status in Google Sheets by grabbing the row that we edited. So again, we're going to change that status. So all this is going to do is update row, and I have selected that sheet again. We're on sheet 1, and I just went ahead and did map each column manually just to be safe. So we're just going to map on row number. We're going to pull that back from way before here. So row number 2. So just drag the row number in to make sure we're matching the correct row that we want. And the only thing we're updating here is the status from ready to created. And that's the whole system here. Didn't rebuild it just because it's going to be a bit of a long one to walk through rebuilding the entire thing, but hopefully that's pretty straightforward. Again, I will have go ahead and put the prompts in here, but you can just generate your template images from AI Studio, or you can do it from Canva if you want to do that. And then the last thing is that I will have the entire workflow here available for download for free in the Skool community that I've been running. So I also have all my other videos and all the other workflows I've done are in here for free. So if you want to go ahead and join that would be awesome. That's where you can access this entire workflow. Join almost 500 other members that are looking to build AI workflows just like this. So that's the whole thing. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully will help schedule out some social media content. One other approach that I almost considered in this case, this is just a scheduled trigger. The Telegram bot may actually be really useful here as well. You could just kind of skip this part and skip the Google Sheet bank instead, and just message a Telegram bot and tell it to, here's the content that I want, and then let the rest of this kick off and let GPT then figure out what image would go well with the thing that you told Telegram. So one way to maybe potentially upgrade this, but I think this is a pretty solid system to begin with, though. But let me know what you think. Let me know if this is helpful. Let me know if there's any other systems you would like to see. But in the meantime, I really appreciate all the comments, and I really appreciate you watching. So thank you very much. I will see you in the next one.